and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in. Happy Thursday. This is the happy hour. There we go. We got some sound now. Figured it out. All right, cool. We were struggling there for a moment.
We couldn't hear ourselves.
We couldn't hear anything in our headphones.
I was so scared.
We had no idea where the music was at. We had no idea if you guys could hear us.
I thought I was dying.
I couldn't hear Rico. Rico couldn't hear me. I couldn't hear myself.
Honestly, it's a blessing.
It is a blessing that I couldn't hear myself either, Rico. But happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
What's up, Rico?
Hello.
How we doing?
I am happy. I am glad. I am ecstatic.
It's your Friday.
It's my Friday.
You get to take tomorrow off.
I know. I'm so happy.
A little bit of
I'm
a
so
4-day
excited.
weekend for yourself.
It's going to be great.
It is going to be good. We're trying to, just kind of limp to the new year a little bit. It's hurting a bit.
The happy hour is tired.
We're limping. But either way, we are not here on Monday, so Rico gets to enjoy a 4-day weekend, which means I think Nathan is going to do the happy hour with me tomorrow. It'll probably be a pretty fun show because Nathan leaves next week.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll be the last time Nate and I do a show together, which
Unless
doesn't happen very
do you want to
often.
do shows with Nate next
No,
week?
thank you.
Do you want me to just? I can leave next week.
No,
do you
it's
want,
okay.
Do you want that?
No, because you got other duties that I do not want to
you
pick
can
up.
do the water cooler with Bach, and then Nate will do the happy hour with you.
I'm good because the following week I'm filling in for Sorensen on early break. So that entire week,
You'll be fine.
it'll be the 6 to 8 a.m. and then 8 to 10.
Yeah, but you have Sipple.
That's true. I have Sipple. And then that weekend, it's a bachelor party down in Kansas City. So
That's your fault.
we got things to look forward to. All right. Once again, 402-464-5685. Always open for you guys. The Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Rico, we were talking.
Hold on. Before we get into all that, there's
Okay.
a little bit of sad breaking news that neither one of us is really going to be able to talk much about. But Brazilian soccer star Pele has passed away at the age of 82. Again, there's not being the biggest soccer fans in the world, football fans in the world, there isn't much I could tell you about Pele, but I do know that in the world of football, he was a massive deal.
The former Minister of Sports of Brazil.
3 World Cups in
Jeez.
his career.
So
3-time champ of the world.
that's why. Okay, so his son, it seems like told him in his final moments, "Father, don't worry, I'm going to win a World Cup for you."
How old's his son?
Seems like he's 18, 19.
Okay.
But Pele was 82,
Yes.
so he must have had a son while he was pretty
It's Pele.
advanced in age.
Pele.
So,
Never doubt it.
yeah. So Pele unfortunately dies. Somebody asked, "Where is Nate going?" Nate is moving to Kansas City. I think he's working for a place called KCTV5 in Kansas City. It's the CBS affiliate down there in Kansas City. So he's moving. He's done with sports radio after next week as well.
Good.
So I mean,
sports takes are trash.
sports takes are bad. We always hear about Virginia Tech when we don't care, and now he gets to transition into solely news, only TV, down in Kansas City.
All that makeup, all for him.
Yeah, exactly. So
Sanderson says on Pele, the greatest soccer player ever is all you really need to know. Okay. Thank you, Sanderson. Again, I've seen clips of Pele, but obviously I never watched him play. I've just, based off of other soccer fans that I've been around, just know that that is one of the greatest ever, or
Yeah.
in Sanderson's case, the greatest ever.
Once,
So unfortunately, he has passed away at the age of 82. I know they moved him to quality of life care a couple weeks ago, so hopefully he was comfortable in his final moments surrounded by family.
Well, so I mean, it's front page of ESPN. It says Pele, the king of quote beautiful game, dies at age 82. So
Dang it, man!
pretty big deal there.
2023 had to hit us, or 2022 had to hit us one time.
That's right.
One more time.
Update from the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl happening in Yankee Stadium. Syracuse and Minnesota still scoreless with 7:15 left in the first quarter.
Perfect.
So there's that. Okay, I do want to get into Husker women's basketball, Husker men's basketball, because Nebraska men's basketball has a huge game tonight.
Massive.
It's big. It's a big one because it's a huge opportunity for Nebraska to get not only the first win in Big Ten play this season, but also like stay above 500. Like I think I understand that Nebraska may not. They played the 6th hardest strength of schedule in the country up to this point, and Nebraska's 7-6. With obviously the big win coming against Creighton, who at the time was ranked 7th in the country. Creighton hit a little bit of a skid. Now they're starting to. I mean, they had 2.99 million viewers on Christmas Day. Creighton versus DePaul did on Fox Sports. So, like, Creighton, the Creighton win is still a big win for Nebraska to kind of hang their hat on, not only for, hey, Creighton was 7th at the time in the country, but also the in-state rivalry. And then, at the end of the season, if we can look back, and who knows, if Nebraska is able to get a couple of bounces to roll their way and a couple of shots to fall, and Nebraska's hovering around that 500 level or 500 record, I mean, how disappointed could you be after going through and enduring a season last year where Nebraska had like a 14, 15 game losing streak at one point
and was getting blown out.
It was getting blown out
on the regular,
like not non-competitive at all,
not even close.
But now here you are, 7-6, and it's something that Fred Hoiberg actually talked about yesterday in his press conference. He said at the beginning of the year, I made the statement that this is a team that Husker fans will actually enjoy cheering on and will want to cheer for because they're easy to cheer for, right? That you see Sam Griesel, one of the leaders, you see Derek Walker, another leader and captain of this Husker men's basketball team, diving on the floor, diving on the hardwood for loose balls, trying to figure out a way to keep their team in it. When things are not going their way, whether it's poor shooting, whether it's the other team just shooting lights out with their exceptional athletes or size in the Big Ten Conference, or whatever may be going on, you see them giving the 110% effort, which has not been there in every single season prior. Here we are, Nebraska 7-6 on the year, 0-2 in the Big Ten Conference. And with one of those losses coming against Purdue in a game that, frankly, you could argue you should have won, had plenty of opportunities to win.
Nebraska should have won that one.
Indiana was a tough one.
I know there are people on the text line that be like, you can't keep hanging on the Purdue loss for however many weeks or whatever. Like, no, that was a great game by Nebraska, and that and the Creighton game are the pinnacle of what Nebraska can be this year.
Yeah.
That showed you that they are capable of playing competitive Division I Power 7 level, Power 6, 7. I don't know how many.
6.
There could be.
Big East is the only one. I want added. What would be the other conference, Rico?
See, now we got to do this.
Yeah, you want to go through it?
Big 12.
Big 12.
Pac-12.
Yep.
SEC.
Yep.
ACC.
Yep.
Big 10.
Yep. Big East.
Big East. American.
No.
Why not?
The American is not a Power 6 conference.
Why not?
No, they are not.
Look at the teams in the American.
UCF is having a good year.
Wichita State.
They're in the American.
I said American.
I'm saying, are they in the American?
Yes.
Are we really doing this?
We're going to do it now.
American College Basketball Conference. This is so... Why do we get off track, Rico?
I know.
Every time. This is your fault. This is your fault today. So you have Houston.
That there.
Okay. So you have Houston in the American, UCF, Temple, Memphis, East Carolina, Wichita State, SMU. You don't consider. I don't think you consider this a Power 6 conference.
Why not?
Because you have teams like Miami in the ACC, Big 12, obviously Big East. Big East. I'll tell you this right now, Rico. In the Big East, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that have over 10 wins.
I feel like you're just looking down on them.
In the American, there is 1, 2, 3 teams that have more than 10 wins this season.
I feel like you're just looking down on them.
I am being honest.
On the American.
And Wichita State is 7-6, so we can't say Wichita State. They don't have Ron Baker. They don't have Fred VanVleet.
You disappoint me.
All right. The American Conference is not a Power 6 conference in basketball.
What about the Atlantic 10?
No, Dayton.
Why not?
Dayton,
Davidson.
Dayton is
VCU,
9-5, Rico.
Loyola Marymount.
Dayton is 9-5.
George Washington.
They don't have Obi Toppin.
George Mason.
St.
Louis.
George Mason is not 2004 George Mason.
UMass.
What's UMass? Name one
They're
player
9
off
and 3.
UMass.
That's irrelevant information. I don't need to name a player.
Oh, shoot. Are we going to go? Hey, Fordham, who is in the A10, is 12-2.
See?
And Duchesne is 10-4.
See?
So back to the conversation.
If you can get more than one team into the NCAA tournament off of bids.
Say this again. Okay, go again.
If you can get more, so you get your champion.
Yep.
Obviously, they all get their champion. If you can get more than one off of a, I can't even think of the word. At large bid.
Okay,
I consider you a power conference.
That's not how this works.
Why not?
There are 64 teams.
Yeah.
You don't take.
You got your power 6. There's like 7 teams.
Rico, you don't take
from each conference that make it. So that's 7 times 6. Do the math because I'm bad at it.
42.
Okay, well, that's 42. And then you have all your other conferences. They get 1 in. Let me see how many conferences that is. There's like 1 million.
I am so confused your math on that.
Where'd
you get 7 times 6?
Because you got your power 6.
Yep.
And they get like 7 teams in.
Maybe
6.
There's years where the Big Ten will get 8 teams, and there's years where the ACC gets 4,
and the SEC gets like 7. These are things that happen.
So they even out.
So, yeah, exactly. It's 7 on average.
I cannot believe you are advocating for the American Athletic Conference.
How dare you
power conference in college
How
basketball?
dare you talk down on the American and the A10?
I cannot.
They're a power conference
tonight at PBA. I will ask every media member.
Please do.
That is up
if
in
it's
media
a power
section,
7.
If there's if the American Athletic Conference
or the A10
should be considered a power conference in college basketball.
I believe that they should.
I cannot believe you're advocating for this. Are you sure you want to die on this hill? I'm giving you multiple opportunities here, Rico.
I think I do.
To go away from this.
There is there was a power 7.
Should we ask Bach?
Yes. Bach, we need you.
Bach, we need you.
Bach, we need you.
We need you real quick. Just on the microphone, please. Just real quick.
Well, he needs to hear what we're saying.
All right. Can you hear us, Bach? There you go. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up.
All right. So Rico has decided to die on a hill.
It's a great hill.
Of that in college basketball, the American Athletic Conference or the A10 Conference should be considered one of the power conferences in college basketball. Because
I say there's a power 7.
He said there's power 7. And I said there's 6 power teams.
There's the power 5, the regular power 5 that everybody knows, and then the Big East. I said there's another one. There's a power 7. I don't care.
I wouldn't think no.
Thank you.
I'd look up the bids. It's not. I don't think those are.
They get like 3 teams in.
So they're not one bid leagues, right? They're
No,
above that. But that's still not a power.
That's a power.
That's not a power level.
That's a power
conference.
level.
We need to. I cannot believe we're doing this. Okay.
I need to make a poll question.
We need to find. Okay, here we go.
I like how you're using both conferences, by the way.
I need one.
I know. I just need one.
Well, I was looking through all the conferences and I was like, oh, these things suck.
I just need
There's
one.
not much there.
Ray asks, did he really need assistance on what 7 times 6 is?
Look, I'm not good at math. Don't make fun of me.
Whoa. Jason says Rico is 100% correct. Easy, Nick. Rico is right. Longtime listener.
There's a power
Jason.
7. It's not the strongest power 7, but it's there.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, 3 bid leagues. I'm sorry, that's not a power conference.
Why not?
Well, because that's not very many opportunities. That's not too many teams.
That's more opportunities than the smaller leagues.
Yeah, there's
the American East gets 1, the ASUN gets 1, the Big Sky gets 1, Big South,
hey, shout
Big
out Big
West,
Sky.
Colonial, Conference
we call
USA,
mid majors, right?
Yes.
Is there a level below mid majors?
No. Yeah. Just bad. Just
bad.
Just a conference.
Yeah.
You know, the Ivy League.
Yeah.
Although they got like Princeton and Harvard.
I heard
they'll
you guys
double up.
Yeah, shouting out Jeremy Lin. I heard you guys shouting.
They'll
out
double
people.
up. The MAAC.
Byron says Rico is celebrating New Year's already. Apparently, you're drunk, Rico.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Yeah,
The WAC,
tomorrow's your
the
day
West
off.
Coast,
That's right.
the Sun Belt, Summit League, SWAC, Southland, all one bid leagues.
Yes. So there's they're high mid majors then.
High mid majors. Bingo.
Yeah, there you go.
Bingo. Garbage. Same as the WAC with Gonzaga. The Western Athletic Conference has Gonzaga.
That's a two bid league.
Has Gonzaga and St. Mary's.
That's it. That's a two bid.
That
Not
does
three.
not make them a power team,
No,
a
that
power
doesn't.
conference.
You're right. That doesn't.
But Gonzaga's a perennial top 10
That's
team
it.
every single year.
One good team does not a power conference make.
So then the A10 should not even have
They
a
have
shot.
3.
Houston.
Yes.
Who else?
I don't know. I don't know who's in there.
Houston's going to the Big 12 soon too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, Gonzaga's going to the Big 12 soon.
Hey, yeah, there's a chance.
So that's just going to
So-
ruin those.
So the A10. Dayton?
Yes.
Is that who we're hanging our hat on to say
A lot.
that
Yes.
that Dayton is the best team in the A10?
Dayton is the team that I'm hanging my hat on.
So you're putting Dayton without Obi
Duchenne,
Toppin.
Fordham, UMass, Davidson.
Do you hear yourself?
Look, Davidson gets
Name one
tournament
other
games.
Name one other player.
I don't need to name
No,
players.
no. Because if they are a power team, you should be able to name a
That
player
does
off of
not
their
mean
roster.
That.
Not necessarily current.
Just because
but
you're a
in the
power
last
team
10
doesn't
years
mean you
that's played
get.
with them.
Just because you're a power team doesn't mean you get all the best players. It means you're a good team. It means you put things
Here's
together.
the deal, Rico.
Name me 5 Wichita State players.
Fred VanVleet, Ron Baker. That's all I can name.
Exactly.
They're also 7-6 this season.
But they used to be back when the Missouri Valley was
So that means
considered great.
when they had
The
Creighton.
MVC, yeah,
Is that when you're talking about?
Creighton and Wichita
But
State.
then Creighton left and went to a Power 6 conference in the
Exactly.
Big East.
Well, Missouri Valley wasn't a. They were a mid-major.
Yeah, because they were
conference.
playing Bradley.
Well,
It was Bradley,
Bradley had
Drake.
their
Hey,
moments.
Drake beat
Drake,
Mississippi State.
yeah.
I
Watch
can't badmouth.
Careful now.
Yeah, but none of these. Oh yeah, Drake was awesome.
Drake was fun. That
Uh,
was a fun game
but,
to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I think you have to. If to be a power conference too, you have to kind of draw eyeballs. I don't think any
Bingo.
of these matchups are drawing
Like-
eyeballs.
You mean to tell me you're not watching a Davidson Dayton matchup?
No. I would if Obi Toppin was playing Steph Curry, but that's not happening.
That happens now
With who?
in the NBA.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm not even tuning in, I don't think, to a Houston UCF game.
Oh, you're just wrong.
Would you tune into a Houston UCF game, Bach?
I might turn into that.
Okay, what about a Tulane, not the football team, Tulane versus Temple?
No, I'm not watching that one.
That's 3 of the top 5 teams in the A10 or the American Athletic
Okay,
Conference.
well, are you tuning into a? Hold on, now I got to think of two teams. Are you going to tune into a Vanderbilt Missouri game?
Yeah,
No,
yes.
you're
Dennis
not.
Dennis Gates is coaching
No,
at
you're
Missouri.
not.
Missouri is undefeated or was just undefeated. Let's see. They might be undefeated still.
Are you going to turn in?
Missouri is 12-1, damn it.
Are you going to?
Yes, I am going
are
to
you
tune in
gonna
at first-year head coach Dennis Gates, the brother of former Husker coach Armand Gates.
Illinois, Penn State.
Yeah, I would, 100%.
That's a damn lie.
What are you talking about, Illinois? Illinois, Penn State?
Yeah, don't you watch BT Enrico?
Not Illinois now. Illinois before with Kofi and Io. Yeah, sure.
Illinois is 8-4. Penn State 9-3. I'm watching that game. I mean, I would sit there.
The Penn State played.
I think. Oh no, let's take a look. They played Quinnipiac.
Penn State doesn't even get their own fans.
That's true.
Penn State lost to Clemson. They lost to Virginia Tech.
Like Nebraska is bad, and they still get more fans than Penn State.
Here's the deal. Penn State's up 7 points right now on Delaware State.
Wow, congratulations.
We should watch it. We
Blue
should turn it
Hens.
on. Really?
I think it's a blue.
Nice
yeah,
pull,
Delaware
nice
State.
pull. Bach?
Isn't that just Delaware?
I don't know.
That's just Delaware.
I have to look it up.
That's where
Here's-
Elena Deladon went.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I know things.
So, okay, the only Big Ten matchup that I think I would not be entertained by would be a Minnesota Rutgers game.
Unless it's at the rack.
Unless it's at the rack. See? But then I'm still intrigued. I would watch any other matchup. Northwestern's 9-2 this season.
I don't believe you.
We can just keep going throughout that. We can go through the entire thing. The ACC, you have 6 teams that have over 10 wins this season?
Would you rather? Thank you, Mr. Dog. Would you rather watch Houston UCF or Oregon State Washington State? I'm watching Houston UCF.
Well, so UCF is an interesting story this year because they're 10-3. UCF's the only player you can name from UCF in the last 15 years is Taco Fall.
Love him.
Didn't Oregon
So
State
I guess in response to that, Missy Mudog, I suppose it's Houston UCF because you're talking about a
Damn
top
straight.
10 team, Houston.
Drying eyeballs, power conference, baby.
Didn't Oregon State
But is ESPN picking up that game?
Yes, it's Houston.
Okay, is not ESPNU? Is ESPN?
Yes, ESPN. Regular ESPN is picking up Houston.
Not
ESPN
if
is picking
it
up
falls-
Houston over a lot of other teams.
Not if it falls on a very popular college basketball Saturday.
Unless it's a rivalry type of game where it's like a Duke and a UNC, they're picking up Houston.
If you're telling me though, if Michigan was
Am I
playing,
wrong?
No, Buck. If Michigan was playing on a Saturday at the same time as Houston,
Who's Michigan playing?
Any team in the Big Ten that's above
They're
500.
They're picking up Houston.
That's above 500.
They're picking up Houston.
I disagree.
Nostalgia.
Or I guess Fox might pick up the Big Ten school.
This is
or
disgusting.
CBS.
I love CBS basketball.
Gosh, this is disgusting.
I just can't believe that you're still advocating for the A10
Damn straight I am.
to be a power conference.
Mostly the American.
Okay, so the American. So I got to ask everybody there tonight.
Yes,
about
the American a power
would you consider the American Athletic Conference a power conference in
Power
college
conference.
basketball?
Yes, the A10's a mid-major.
What a joke, Rico.
The American's a power conference.
What a joke. All right, let's take a break. We're gonna have to bring this up in the crossover.
That's tricky.
Let's ask Tricky. We'll have to bring this up in the crossover. All right, we'll take a break. We'll I do want to get back into the Husker men's basketball conversation. We'll do that next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Singer and at Racy. More Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Are you looking for some holiday fun right in the heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to music to enjoy in your car. Start a new holiday tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 3rd, 5 p.m. to midnight. Purchase tickets today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are rocking in Louisville. We've got transport showing up every day with loads of new inventory, lots of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Our pre-owned inventory is also filling up fast. Our GMC Terrain inventory is really filling up fast, so we're putting special pricing on those right now. This is the time to check out our GMC Terrains, as we've got all models with a great selection of colors at a discounted price. So please stop in or check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
This is Megan Whitaker from the Nebraska golf team. If you've put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for technicians of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package with 100% paid employee health insurance, paid time off, paid parental and bereavement leave, an annual recreation bonus, and a boot and clothing allowance. Landmark offers the latest certified John Deere training so you're up to date with the newest equipment and technology. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmark.careers. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you can earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mostly cloudy. Could see a chance of rain later this afternoon, too. We'll see a high of around 43. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies and a low of around 24. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies will return to the region. We'll see a high of around 45. I'm meteorologist Kyle Cutter for 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, so we get this on the text line, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those open for you guys the rest of the way here. We get this text on the text line. Those of us who truly follow college basketball are laughing at y'all. Missouri has beaten nobody and gotten boat raced by Kansas. That was the Kansas team that 6 of their 9 wins have been against top 25 teams. And Missouri just beat a top 20 program in Kentucky by 14 points. They also beat Illinois in a neutral site game, I believe, or unless it was on the road in Champaign, by, one second, I want to say it was like 20-some points, by 22 points.
That doesn't seem like nobody to me.
Missouri also beat the 10-3 UCF team that we were just talking about.
That's true.
On the road.
They rolled them, I think.
On the road. They also beat Wichita State, who we were talking about last segment.
Wichita State is
so
bad,
yes, there are wins against Coastal Carolina in there from Missouri. There's wins against Houston Baptist. There's wins against Southeastern Missouri.
That's everybody has wins like that.
I get that.
Or losses like that.
But to sit there and say, first of all, those of us who truly follow college basketball are laughing at y'all. Missouri has beaten nobody and gotten boat raced by Kansas. Kansas, once again, 6 wins over top 25 teams in 10 games. And Missouri did get blown out by Kansas. You're right. And then Missouri now has just beaten number 19 Kentucky by 14 points.
Kansas blows out a lot of people, so that's kind of a thing that they do.
Here's
Also,
the deal.
What is those of us who truly follow college basketball? What does that mean? Do you follow a conference? Do you follow all of the conferences? Because that's a lot of conferences. Do you know?
But here's the deal:
players on every team. Like, how do you truly follow college basketball?
And this is not like us clapping. Like, we're not trying to start this.
I am.
That's fine, Rico. You can. That's your corner.
But
I sit here and I see like Dennis Gates, for example, who's a first-year head coach. I want to say he came from Wright State, if I remember correctly, in the offseason. First year at Missouri at a Power 5 school. And I think the reason that we're talking about Missouri a little bit more is because, once again, there were rumors in the offseason before Armand Gates went to Oregon that he was going to join his brother Dennis at Missouri as an assistant coach. That now Missouri has one loss. And if at Nebraska, or even a place like Missouri where we were sitting there saying, hey, our first-year head coach and our first season with this head coach is 13-1. This our coach right now that is has one loss in his first 14 games, with wins, a 22-point win over a Big Ten team in Illinois, a 12-point win over UCF and a 14-point win against a perennial coach in John Calipari in Kentucky.
Those 3 wins will be on the good wins line on their tournament
on
bracket
why they
thing.
should get into the tournament.
Exactly.
So I once again, it's for me personally,
wins.
Rico, it's a clapback. I'm just saying. I find it funny that so I just find it funny.
When it comes to college basketball, it's hard to follow all of the teams and know everything about all of the teams because there are so many. In terms of your conference, the conference that whatever
100%.
team you are covering, yeah, sure, you should know that. Maybe you should know some of the other power conferences. But in terms of, if you truly follow college basketball and you know all of that, I mean, that would be impressive and, more props to you. But I'll talk about the Big Ten in semi-knowledgeable terms. And maybe some of the other power conferences, but when it comes to the A10, even though I was trying to pine for them, not the A10.
No, you were pining for the A10 and the Athletic,
the Big Sky, the Big West, the Mountain West, whatever other, the Big South. I don't know. That's probably a conference.
It is.
I wouldn't be able to tell you much about them.
So here we go. All right. So kind of bringing back the binoculars to Nebraska's game tonight. And they're hosting Iowa. It's a sellout in Nebraska. So, I mean, doesn't necessarily mean butts and seats, but it means tickets have been sold, which I'm intrigued tonight because I don't know how the student section is going to kind of filter out because it's technically still holiday break. But I do know that some students have started making their way back to campus.
Well, the student
I also know that we got students got an email a couple days ago saying, hey, discounted tickets for Iowa's game on Thursday. So I know there's those things as well. So
it's good weather too.
So students that don't have season tickets were able to buy tickets because your season ticket doesn't work over the holiday break. So I'm intrigued to see how much of a student section there is, how much of the actual general population or general public is going to be able to sit. I don't think there's going to be a problem with crowd noise. I don't think I see.
Do you think it's a younger crowd or an older crowd tonight?
I think there's going to be a decent amount of Iowa fans.
Probably.
I think it's going to be similar to Purdue. Maybe a little bit of a younger crowd. Not that it matters. I think it's going to be similar to Purdue because it is an Iowa team. It's 8-4. People don't like Fran McCaffrey. Also, Iowa is now back at full strength. And like you said, Rico, it's good weather out there. It's an early enough tip-off. It's not 8:30 or an 8:05 p.m. tip-off. It's a 6:05 p.m. tip-off against an 8-4. And once again, here you are, Nebraska, you have to understand the expectations and kind of the standard. You're 7-6. You are through 13 games and you're still above 500. I'm taking it.
You're in a pretty good spot. This is a much better spot than you've been in the past.
Bingo.
So despite
team being 0-2
yes.
in the conference because you have had the sixth hardest strength of schedule in the country.
You had 2 hard conference games to start off your conference slate in those 2 conference games that get mixed into the non-con early in the season. But in terms of this team and how much more excited the fan base has been to root on this team, and as you were talking about earlier, I mean, you've got when your star players are diving on the floor for loose balls, you've got a team that's full of fighters and full of grit and determination, and that's exactly what Nebraska fans want in their basketball team and in really all of their teams. So this men's basketball team is, as Fred Hoiberg said, easy to root for, and the fans have kind of they've got this team's back, win or lose, and it's going to be hopefully very rowdy against Iowa. And coming off of a loss, they're going to be locked in. The Hawkeyes are, but maybe Nebraska, with the way they've been playing, the grit and determination that they've been showing against every team that they faced this year, and the fact that they've had the 6th hardest schedule, hopefully has them prepared for a matchup like this.
And I think it's going to be difficult, right? Because you have that common thought of when a team or an opponent is coming off of a disappointing loss in their own schedule or season, like Iowa is. I don't need to remind you guys that they were a 31.5 point home favorite against Eastern Illinois, ended up losing by 9 or 11.
Just by 11.
93-82.
That is a 42-point swing?
42-point swing. So, yeah, it'd be 43, I guess. 43-point swing. 42.5 to be exact.
Yeah.
But anyway, so when you sit here, Nebraska's going to have to Blaze Keita is questionable with an ankle,
which means
possibly Oleg. Rico's excited about that. I was listening to the Fred Hoiberg press conference this morning. just kind of getting a refresher on things that Coach Hoiberg said, and Sam Griesel, because Sam Griesel talked to the media yesterday as well. But getting a refresher, and Fred Hoiberg said something along the lines of, "We like the things we've seen out of Oleg. So if the time comes that we need Oleg, we feel comfortable and confident going to him."
I need everybody. # free Oleg.
Listen,
it's time. Today is the day.
Should we publicly put lines out for Oleg Koyenets?
I think we should.
Over under 3.5 points.
That's what I'm setting it at.
If he gets into the game,
2 buckets
or 4 free throws.
2 buckets.
2 buckets.
I don't know how his free throws are.
Here's the deal. I wonder if they have his stats from Lithuania.
I'm just saying, he's going to be the tallest person on the court. Iowa has a 6'11" guy. He is the only 7-footer on the court. He'll be out there. If he can get 2 putbacks, that's it. Give that to me.
Okay, so they only have here we go.
Fun.
Yeah, I know. Geez, it seems like they're yelling. Okay. So international regular season statistics. In 2019 and 2020, which seems to be the last time he played in a game. He has scored a total. He has scored a total of 27 points. In 4 games, he scored 27 points. He shot 50% from the field.
Mm-hmm.
He was 5 of 7 from the free throw line. So only 16 rebounds, though, in 4 games. That's at the international level.
Yeah, that's tougher. He's playing with grown men.
Somebody says you guys are fools. Under.
Nah.
Listen, I never said what I was taking.
Over, baby.
Rico's taking the over.
3.5. That's what I'm setting it at. 2 buckets.
So Oleg Koyenets, 3.5.
4 points.
Okay.
That's what he's getting.
There you go.
3.5.
4 points. That's all you need. Not 5, not 6.
Nope. Give it to me, baby.
All right, perfect. There we go. All right, let's take a break. When we come back,
I don't know what's happening. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He is DP. I don't know what's happening right now.
We can hear him through it. We need to take a break, and we need to figure out, because we got major FOMO going on inside the studio.
Interested.
We're going to take a break. We will be right back with the crossover. Nate and Strick coming in next up on the Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 A Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Are you looking for some holiday fun right in the heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to music to enjoy in your car. Start a new holiday tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 3rd, 5 p.m. to midnight. Purchase tickets today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mostly cloudy. Could see a chance of rain later this afternoon, too. We'll see a high of around 43. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies and a low of around 24. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies will return to the region. We'll see a high of around 45. I'm meteorologist Kyle for 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
This is Megan Whitaker from the Nebraska golf team. If you put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you can earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rico's like an angry child. Oh, hi. I have never been wrong in my life. Okay, so
You guys are wild.
Nate,
I'm not
what are
gonna.
we
I'm
doing?
sorry. I'm not gonna agree with you guys in any
are we
way,
doing?
shape, or form. That's why I'm just staying quiet. I'm just staying quiet.
I have never been wrong in my life.
I love it.
What are we doing? What side? You never took a side. Who are you taking? 25-year-old Michael Pittman or T.O.? Answer the question. Answer the question.
I'm East. The Timberland boots, my boy.
And you still haven't answered the question. You still haven't answered the question. Because you know you're tripping.
Wilding. They wilding in here near Rico.
Strict.
Hey, everybody that would take a 49-year-old T.O. over Michael Pittman Jr. today.
Get in the text line, 402-464-5685.
Raise your hand. Michael Pittman had 34 receiving yards last week.
With Nick Foles. Come on.
So if he goes to Dak Prescott,
scored 3 points.
Give Nick Foles T.O., and I bet he scores at least 2 touchdowns.
Michael Pittman with Carson Wentz had over 1,000 receiving yards.
He did.
With Philip Rivers.
He did.
He had over 1,000 receiving yards.
Nate, if you knew anything about me, I like Michael Pittman a lot. I drafted him.
And you're taking 49-year-old T.O.
I am.
who hasn't been in the
Have you
league.
seen
So why
what
isn't he in the
T.O.
league?
Because he doesn't have anything to prove. He's in the Hall of Fame.
He's asking teams to play.
Well, now he is.
He's also been.
He's been doing it the last 3 seasons. We just talked about it. The last 3 seasons, T.O. has been trying to get on a team. Why isn't he on a team?
Blackballed.
And why is Michael Pittman the #1 receiver on the Colts?
Blackballed.
Please
The
explain
NFL.
that to me.
The NFL didn't want him in the league.
That's what I said.
He's been blackballed from the league.
That's a good point, Rico.
I said that no GMs want to take. So the conversation.
You don't want the headache.
The conversation came back to what is it about specific individuals because they burned bridges, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's this almost caught and cost Carmelo Anthony.
What it is right now.
It almost.
This is the second time it's happened.
But it almost really did the
Yeah.
first time. But it took him some time to get back. It did the same thing for Iverson. There's other individuals.
Mhm.
But then why is it that a Juwan Howard or Udonis Haslem or guys like that, they sit on that bench for 14, 15 years and clap hands because
that's all
there's
they need
a
to do.
difference.
He's a coach getting played like a player.
Yeah.
Well, that's also what's interesting. If T.O. is able to come back or whatever with whatever team, you would assume
Where would you say right now, today, T.O.
the Cowboys.
Who could he help? Cowboys.
Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. Strick, I got the perfect answer for you. No one.
Oh, wow.
He's 49 years old.
He ain't your daddy's 49-year-old.
So why isn't he in the league?
He's being blackballed from the league. They don't want the headache of T.O. in the locker room.
I would say
if you could take T.O. just on the field, if you didn't have to have him in the locker room or interact with the media, I guarantee you every team would be on the phone right now with T.O.
You guarantee it.
I guarantee
really.
you.
Nate,
if you could tell me that
you do know he would be the oldest player to ever play in the NFL by 4 years, and that's over Tom Brady, who's playing right now.
Yes.
And you're telling me you guarantee that every team in the NFL won him?
Guarantee.
You guys are.
He's in much better shape than Tom Brady.
Here's the deal with T.O.
You know, in good shape, Mike Tyson.
What's tough is here's what's tough. I can't keep a straight face with these dudes.
Strick knows that this is just chaos.
Here's what I will say.
Mike Tyson would drop somebody.
That's what is going to be interesting if it comes. If he ends up joining a team. If he ends up joining a team, what's going to be interesting is number one, how, and the reason I say the Cowboys is because that's what I see kind of like a Jerry Jones doing. Is be like, let's give it to, let's do T.O.
Give me T.O.
Right?
He did that.
And he's already talked about how he's like,
T.O. for a playoff push.
But like, so that's exactly what I'm saying. It's got to be like the certain circumstance, but then you have the whole locker room stuff going on. You have the media and everything, right? Because there's going to be a lot of media attention. So a lot of distraction will come with it. I find it interesting because if T.O. meets with the media, there's going to be a lot of conversations about how the game has changed for the worse. And when he was playing, how the game was like and how it's different now. There's going to be a lot of talks and questions about how he's had to adjust to today's game and today's rules. So that, like, it's going to be fascinating from that point.
I mean, if you tell me a corner can't grab T.O. at the line of scrimmage,
he might go, and he might have 3 receptions in a game, and that's it. And his stats might not jump off the page, but it's still going to be a fascinating story because you're going to have all those little nuggets of how has the game changed in your eyes, an NFL Hall of Famer. How has the game changed in your eyes? Because now you're not only watching it, you're in the locker room, you're probably having conversations with front office as a guy like T.O., and you're playing the game on the field. There's a lot of factors here. So I think there's some interesting nuggets where his stats might not jump off the page, but from a PR stunt, if you're the Cowboys and a guy like Jerry Jones who questionable decisions over and over
seems
again.
Like a Vegas kind of thing.
It seems like a guy that would be like, you know what? Yeah, hell yeah, we'll sign him.
I say
because it's all a PR stunt.
But you're literally making a playoff push. You're one of the best teams in the NFC, and you guys are calling him a headache. And now you're telling me, throw him on the team.
I mean,
that's Jerry Jones though. Like that's not that wouldn't shock anybody if Jerry Jones was like, you know what?
Shocked.
We'll sign him to a playoff deal.
So
chalk me up as someone that would be shocked.
This is why I say it's a problem for why I don't think Draymond Green is going to go anywhere. And it's the same reason that you guys are talking about this T.O. situation. I think that means more to people than what we actually give credit for. And that is locker room camaraderie. I think it has more importance than what actually people think about. Those type of schisms and separations and infighting and things that go on, backstabbing, that stuff can have an effect on a team that people don't even really consider and think about.
And that's what I'm curious is like, an
hour ago, Terrell Owens, Cowboys reportedly unable to agree on contract details. I shouldn't have been shocked.
Why are you being like this?
So what you're telling me is the team was willing to sign him, they just couldn't agree to the contract.
Shame. Damn.
So a team was willing to sign him, they just couldn't agree to the contract.
This is uncomfortable.
That is something. That is something.
A team pushing for the playoffs was willing to sign a 40-some-year-old T.O.
If I'm the Commanders, I'm doing it.
Why not?
You're on the fringe
because
of the
I'm
playoffs.
on the fringe of the playoffs.
Yeah.
It
is interesting with the locker room. With the locker room, that's interesting.
He runs a 4-5. You can't grab him at the line of scrimmage. You're protected for the most part. You can't get hit above the head, above the shoulders. He's going to be a lot stronger than a lot of people.
Honestly, that's why I actually kind of want it to happen, is because I want to see how he looks on the field. But then I want to find out. I want to hear all the other nuggets of what's the locker room like when you add in a guy of T.O.'s caliber or what he used to be, right, into today's locker room, and like at a place like Washington or a place like Dallas, where I'm so fascinated by what we could hear and learn and just what T.O. would say probably.
I mean, if a dude like Rob Gronkowski with no ligaments in any of his joints and no spine to speak of can play football, I think T.O. can play football.
So I think it's kind of interesting to think about. All right, we got a big one against Iowa tonight, Stricky.
Yeah, station ID.
Yeah, let's pause 10 seconds.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Big one against Iowa. Iowa's now back at full strength. Chris Murray coming back from a foot injury. Connor McCaffrey is back as well. But his brother Pat also plays, so you'll hear both their names tonight. But I mean, Blaze Keita questionable as of right now.
Oh, free Oleg.
Hashtag free
That's
Oleg.
what we said. Yes.
Free
That's
Oleg.
what Rico set the over/under at 3.5 points for Oleg if he gets in.
2 buckets.
Free Oleg.
Okay, that's all I need.
I said he's going to be the tallest guy on the court. He just needs 2 putbacks.
Somebody said the better over/under would be at 3.5 minutes.
So the thing is,
leave my man alone.
If I'm Nebraska, I'm trying to jump on them.
Yes,
because you have one of the McCaffrey brothers.
Yep.
That is just now coming back.
Yep.
Wind is an option in those situations. You know.
Yeah.
They'll be able to.
They're healthy, but basketball shape is different, which
Especially
which is also interesting coming off of a holiday break.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam Griesel talked about that yesterday.
He's missed the last 4 games. I mean, he's been practicing, but it's different between practice and a game.
Exactly. This is why you have to Nebraska can't miss opportunities, miss layups, missed assignments. Knock down open shot. They've got to do this. Jump out on this team because what ends up happening is on runs, teams have to expend more energy, which then makes them a little less effective, especially in return. If you let them hang around, let them be able to coast, let them be able to get their normal rotations in and out, then it could be a long trouble. I think Vanderbilt needs to show up. This game immediately.
Which also I will say, sorry, Rico, and to piggyback on that. If you start out quick, start out fast, crowd that is a sellout tonight will also play a major factor.
Great point.
Who are you putting on Murray just to pest him, to hound him, to make sure that
he's getting on, right? Juwan.
Yeah. He's running out of air since he's coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, run, cuts,
bump
slashing,
him, just be physical with
all
him.
of that.
Juwan,
you want that matchup. That's the matchup you hope you get.
And this is a matchup where you're telling Juwan on the offensive end,
Tack
don't worry about scoring. This might not be a high scoring game for you. You'll get a couple buckets, but for the most part, you are shutting him down.
No. See, I'm not even looking at it from that standpoint. I'm looking at it from a dual standpoint with him. Yes, you're right. I take that standpoint.
Well, you're going to move all the time, make him run on the offensive end.
I'm looking at him cutting, slashing, running on the break, all those other things. That's where you're going to get.
You keep Murray moving on the defensive end, and then on the offensive end, you're in his face.
Yeah.
Well, so here's one question that we'll get to, then we'll get out of here so you guys can get on with the On the Block. Gene and Lincoln asks, so Nebraska can't be Nebraska. Is that what you're saying, Stricky? I would say different, because now this year's Nebraska and the identity that they bring in gives them an opportunity in a lot of games.
Question. What do you mean? Well,
in terms of like, they can't make mistakes. They can't make simple mistakes. They can't turn over the basketball. They have to.
When you think of Nebraska basketball in the last couple years,
yeah, they can't.
But it's also a different team this year, and it's just going to take more and more games and more play like that to get people to kind of believe that.
The issue with Nebraska, mark my words, going forward, the issue with them is going to be not how they play and they're active and they're getting at it and they're diving on the floor and they're getting hands on balls. Not that. It's going to be where can they score more points. We've seen a high clip against really tough defensive teams that they struggle offensively, getting shots, making shots in the half court. They need to get more easy buckets in the open court. They need to push for opportunities, in secondary break type situations where teams don't allow them to get back and get set up. And they have to be able to continue to play defensively, but they've got to make free throws. They've got to make open shots. They've got to take advantage of opportunities when they present themselves, because they're not going to get a lot of open shots.
Yeah, but
other than Griesel in the post.
That's true. Yeah.
And, some work from Derek Walker.
Which Griesel and Derek Walker just need to be that steadying force. Like those two, even if they're not scoring, a bunch of points, just be there for the rest of the team and just be that, if you need a quick bucket, you need something to stop a run, or you need somebody to do something that just gets the team back together. It's those two that you're looking at.
Yeah.
All right. So we got about a minute left. What's coming up on the show, guys?
Break it down.
Got all kinds of stuff. We're going to be talking college football playoff. I'm going to be coming at the SEC, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, you're ready. He's ready. He's amped up.
Oh, trust me, we got the messages in our group
You
chat.
see JJ McCarthy talking about TCU's defense? He said if they're going to stay in that 3-3-5, DP sent it to me. He said if they're going to stay in that 3-3-5, I imagine we're gonna do a lot of running. And he said it with a smirk. Like he seems excited if they stay in that 3-3-5.
Wow.
Yeah. Talk some Nebraska basketball too.
All right.
Break it down.
So there it is. That'll do it for Rico and myself. Rico's taking tomorrow off, so he won't be here. So it's gonna be Nate and I for the happy hour tomorrow afternoon from 1 to 2.
Last time I talked to y'all this year.
Nice.
Well, it's good because you're not the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah, for
Never
real.
claimed to be.
I mean, it's the guy wearing the Husker Hoops jacket. Terrell Owens. Maybe he gets signed somewhere. We'll find out. Coming up next. All right, on the blocks next. See you guys later.
Adios.
Mary Manor School of Childhood at 320 North 48th Street